What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering with a Saturday call to action. Now, if you've been following this channel, we've covered a lot of what's going on with the various YouTube hacks from Isha Gaming to Marco Style to, now Todd's Workshop and a few others. All along, YouTube seemingly getting a little bit better each time, responding faster to unwind these deals. But I can only imagine what it feels like to be completely powerless here. You're basically relying on some anonymous person somewhere in the world to fix your life's work in many cases. Now, if you have your channel hacked, here's what you have to do first and foremost, okay? You need to email YouTube creator support. And you need to, even if you don't have a Twitter account, you need to reach out to the Team YouTube on Twitter. This is something that you will need to do every day, 2 to 3 times a day, until you get a response. And then once you get a response, you're going to want to email them every day, 1 to 2 times a day. It's annoying, but what happens is a ticket gets created at YouTube. This is my best guess. I don't know for a fact. This is my best guess that a ticket gets created, something happens, the day ends, the ticket gets handed over to someone else, and then handed over to someone else, and handed over to someone else, and it gets black-holed in many cases. This is why we've seen some channels get returned quickly in just a matter of days, like Isha Gaming, but other channels like Marco Style go on for months or weeks, maybe more than a month. There's been people that have reached out to me that have had their channels gone for months. But in order to reach out and really get mad at YouTube, you have to first understand that most of these hacks are the creator's fault. That isn't to blame them, but they are at fault. So creators that have had this happen to them, everyone I've talked to totally understands this. Very few, actually none of the ones I've talked to are just outright blaming YouTube. Now, it's been going on for over a month, and what YouTube really needs to do, I know sometimes you watch my videos and I'm sure you guys already thought of this, and there's probably some sort of technical implementation that is just beyond the scope of what I can understand. But to me, it seems like a quick fix for this. And again, I understand the position YouTube's in because it's our own like boneheaded moves that are ending up like this, that channels are ended up like this. People make mistakes, okay? And why doesn't YouTube add a manual check to transferring of YouTube accounts or AdSense accounts? Seems very simple to me. I don't know the scale at which AdSense accounts are changing hands, but I'm going to guess like changing hands willingly. But I'm going to guess that it's extraordinarily rare as a percentage. You know, of all the YouTube channels and all the AdSense accounts on the internet, it's probably a fraction of a percent of them that might change hands ever, okay? Ever. So in the meantime, until YouTube can figure out how to stop this vulnerability, which to me, what I understand about this is it even can get around two-factor authentication because it takes like the whole session that the YouTuber has and kind of recreates it on another PC. So YouTube doesn't need to kind of re-authenticate. It thinks you're still on the same computer or you're in the same, this type of thing. And by the way, I've received a large influx of more and more scam emails, just like the ones that these people are happening to them. So if you're the creator, you've got to email creator support, which I know sometimes that doesn't work. Because if your YouTube channel, if you don't have control of it and they change the email, you might get a, we can't talk to you because you're not emailing us from your registered account, which is why you then need to just bang on Team YouTube on Twitter politely. Look, you know, we need them to help us still. And occasionally I'll make a video like I've done today to catalog some existing issues. Many of you have reached out to talk about several channels that are still, that have just recently hacked. Here we have Tods Workshop, a channel that's kind of like Jurg's channel, the slingshot guy, doing a lot of, you know, historical weaponry, very cool stuff. I just watched about half of this video, the Renaissance sporting crossbow. Pretty cool. Definitely going to subscribe to his channel after this happens, because there's two main things that happen once. And by the way, Team YouTube, in the description of this video, I'm going to link these 3 or 4 channels. Please take a look at them if you can, as quick as you can, because the fans are reaching out. They're very concerned for the creator. I'm going to tell you what I honestly believe, and I honestly believe this is going to end, you know, someone's going to end up in a really bad mental state when this happens to them. And again, I'm not saying it's 100% of the responsibility of YouTube, because these are self-inflicted wounds, but it's been like 2 months now. I mean, can we at least put a moratorium on auto-transferring AdSense and YouTube accounts? I think the people that are willing to do it, who are doing it correctly, would be fine, you know, sending pictures of their driver's license next to their face, you know, with a picture of today's paper or something like that. This is not uncommon. I mean, I use a Bitcoin wallet called Uphold, and, you know, I had to do this level of authentication, send a picture of my driver's license, do all this stuff. And I didn't mind it, because it just made me feel like, okay, this is going to be more secure. I wasn't inconvenienced by it. And look, if you're going to whine and be a little tit baby about having to provide a little authentication when transferring something as important as a YouTube channel or an AdSense account, tough cookies. All right. So we have Todd's Workshop here, which is user Toddstuff1. All right. I've got to re-edit this and add a quick update. Another channel, VannaMelon, has also been hacked and needs help. So I'm going to include the link to Vanna's channel as well in the description below. YouTube, that gives us a total of 5. If you could take a look at these, please help. And then we also have Brothgar. This is a channel, and by the way, the frustrating thing for Todd, I don't think he has a Twitter account. And what happens is, if you don't have a Twitter account and you lose control of your Gmail attached to your YouTube account, you literally have no real way to get out to YouTube. So that's why I'm going to get that Bernie Sanders. Here I am once again asking for your support. Wait, that's probably not a very good Bernie. I can't really do impressions, but here I am once again asking you to like and retweet this video and tag Team YouTube on Twitter. It's for the breadlines, okay? All right. Well, anyway, no, seriously, I'm gonna leave my tweet in the pinned comment below, and I've got to be clear. Look. The people at Team YouTube are different than the people probably that work in their security department, their authentication department. Team YouTube has come up big. By the way, that big VTuber that was still yet to be monetized, she emailed me this morning and said she got monetized. So they completely fixed that problem. And they have restored many YouTube channels. So please, I want to I want to turn up the heat, but I want to be nice. So we have Brothgar, which is a content creator here on YouTube, which just tweeted out yesterday to my viewers, I'm experiencing problems with my YouTube account. I can assure you it has nothing to do with Litecoin. By the way, well, no, it's probably not Litecoin themselves hacking. I've been in some contact with YouTube creator support over the last week. Can I get help elevating issues? And this is a big problem, right? Unfortunately, there are probably 10,000 people a day tweeting at Team YouTube. So unless we really turn up the heat, they probably don't even see it. And we can see here's his channel. He creates content around the video game Oxygen Not Included. But now you can see that who's ever hacked his channel has removed or privated all of his videos. That has got to be devastating to see. And yes, they have at times been able to restore these channels, but you know, that's no guarantee. And here, look at 1,400 people watching. Like, who? These aren't his subscribers, I'm sure. You know, this is just some Litecoin scam. That's why they disable the chat, so people can't tell everyone else watching that this is some sort of hack. All right? And whoever it is, by the way, it looks like they run this Litecoin. This is how the scam works from what I can tell. They have just some legitimate video running from Litecoin, and then they have their personal address. I thought my finger was going to go onto the screen so you could see it. This must be their address, and then they'll just steal Litecoin from people. And then we have this channel, MeanMug713, which now is Binance, CZ Binance. This is a absolutely massive channel, which apparently has some, I don't know, Power Rangers videos. But what we know is eventually these videos will be deleted. So what we need to do, again, these channels will be linked in the description. Please, Team YouTube, you know, prioritize these accounts, but more than anything, okay, please also put a system in place that makes it more difficult to transfer a YouTube account or an AdSense account. I feel like that would be a temporary solution. Even if you only put this impedance in place for a month or two and people whine about it, to say like, look, we're dealing with this problem until we can figure out how to block it. Great. Okay. You know, people will just have to understand. And if anyone gives you heat for it, I'll be the first one to defend you. Thank you, everyone, for always mobilizing. I hope we can get these channels back as quick as possible, and we'll talk to you again real soon.